Okay, guys, so here we go. So I found another trick that I forgot to tell you guys. So remember how our valances were super long before. So what I did with these is I took my four valances and I just flipped it in half. So now instead of having four this way, I have eight. And what I did was I took a pin and I evened out all eight of them at the top, and I pinned them together. It just made it easier for me to work with, right? And then once you take your pin and now you should have eight together, what I do is just to make sure that everything is flatly laid out the way you want it, I take my iron and I just iron everything nice and flat. Just go across and steam it real nicely. The top part, this helps it to just make sure that we have everything as flat as we possibly can and that it's even. And once you do that, what you'll notice is that now you have all of your bottom parts together. And again, as you can see, some of them are really uneven, but this is where we fix that and we straighten everything out to make sure that our valances will hang at the same length on every end. You see how they're a little bit off. Let me see. See how these are, some is, this one's longer, shorter, and I have one, two, three, four, five, keep counting, six, because I doubled it, remember, seven, eight. So this is all of my valances together, okay? So then I just ironed it real nicely, nice and flat. And then what I'm going to do is look for the shortest one. And I already looked before I started recording. This is my shortest one because if you look at all eight, you'll see that none of them are as short as that top one, okay? So then what we do is we're going to cut off all of this as evenly as we possibly can. I usually don't use a ruler to do it, but I will this time because I just want everything to be nice and even and try to also show you guys what I think will be the best way to make everything even. So as you can see, I've ironed everything. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to start here because as you can see, this is the shortest one. Remember I told you this is the shortest one, so I know I need to cut off everything that's longer than that one, okay? So with that being said, you're going to start here at the end where your ruler is, and we're just going to cut. We're just going to start cutting. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Just cutting up until I get to that end part. Trying to keep it even as possible. Holding it, keeping your ruler as flat as you possibly can. It's not easy because I still have difficulty with this. So if you have to work with it until you can get it right, that's fine. You're not in a hurry. So we're just going to keep cutting to make it even until we get to this end. And then you'll see the reason why. One, we folded everything together. And if you look, this was my excess hem that I didn't need. So we just discard that. And now if you look at our hems, you notice anything? There's no excess hanging. There's no excess hanging. So I'll be right back. I just want to go to my other table and then I'll give you a better look at how our valances at the ends look now. Hold on a sec. Okay, guys. So now what I did is I took the pins out where I had 8 valances. I'm back to 4 now. See, I'm back to 4. I just took the pins out so I would only have 4 instead of 8, and you could see the line where I had folded it so that it would be easier to work with. But what the main thing I want to show you guys here is this. These are my edges now. Do you see the difference? These are my edges all the way across. I'm going to take a measuring stick, I'm sorry, my ruler or my measuring tape, and I am going to measure up a half. I'm going to use one of the techniques I previously showed you guys to finish the edge first so that it's nice. And I am only going to put approximately a ½ inch hem in each one of these valances. And if we measured correctly and if we did everything that we were supposed to when we hang our valances, they should all be even. So take your time with this. If you have to go back, excuse me, and cut again, that's fine, but just make sure they are all even so that when you hang them, your valances will hang evenly. Please take the time to visit my website, Busta Wraps, BUSTAWRAPPS, BustaWraps.com. Thanks, guys. I'll be back. Bye-bye.